lot of people ask me why I don't read VT, and my response to that is, what exactly is stopping somebody just going on VT and same posting 1,000 times about certain things? And the funny thing is, I have had, at this point, 5 or 6 different VTubers confirm to me that various VTubers, in fact, a lot of them say the majority of VTubers post on VT, like actively post on VT, and I really wish I could get them to stop. I think that posting on VT is a very bad habit for a VTuber, but I am now, again, I do not have solid confirmation of this. However, I am firmly of the belief that there are VTubers out there who dislike Kirsche for basically getting as big and popular as she is by doing everything wrong, quote-unquote, in the VTuber space. And she has gotten herself a very dedicated and very, very loyal audience, which a vast number of seething VTweeters and also actual VTubers would love to have. There is a very high chance that there are a lot of seething VTweeters and low 3 views out there who are very, very jealous of Kirsche, actively posting on places like VT to try and just call Kirsche a bad person, because it's a very, very woman thing to do. Pippa has literally said every VTuber posts on VT to spread rats about people they don't like. I can believe it. My response to that is, have you read VT? Can't even use the brutally honest feedback excuse because people are just aiming for absurdist takes for cheap laughs. Vtubing is a bit like marriage. Nobody explains to you what makes a good marriage before you marry, and it's the same thing with Vtubing. Nobody explains to you what makes a good VTuber before you become a VTuber, and once you become a VTuber, you kind of get dragged along by everything. Vinana got caught posting on VT not too long ago. My favorite is when they pull up the upper browser and accidentally show off websites they frequent using VT. Don't forget Amber. I don't know about Amber, so you'd have to explain that, Taroni. Raziel said Selene showed Luca VT. Oh yeah, she did actually. That's a good point. Yeah, and this is another thing that I dislike. I've been told very explicitly nobody would want to ever associate with the TVA because TVA is... It's a hecking Doxerino site, guys. TVA, it allows people to talk about VTuber alts, like past lives. We allow people to talk about past lives, and like we share dox images, guys. Not a single VTuber would ever want to associate with us. That just can't happen. You know, VTubers have an image to preserve. None of them would ever associate with us. No, not my heckin' Doxerinos! And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just don't believe that any longer because so many VTubers post on VT. So many post on VT. So many actively court a VT audience. It's just nonsense. Like there's this kayfabe about VTubing that I just don't believe any longer. No, it's a bit like misogyny. Nothing made me more misogynistic than long, intimate conversations with women, and nothing has turned me against the idea of the pure VTuber than talking to VTubers. Amber was the one who said she got them to Hololive and her model hint was Amber, so VT nicknamed her Amber. Oh, is that the rat about Mume, that Mume was active on VT before she joined Hololive? Wait, we're supposed to be doxing people. I just main on Kirsche posting. I don't allow like full doxes on TVA, like no addresses, no locations or anything, but I mean, if some VTuber is silly enough to be caught posting their face on main or an account that can be very, very closely associated with their main account, I mean, it's going to be on Doxbin, it's going to be on Waru, no, not Waru, so it's going to be on VT, it's going to be on all those places. I don't care, and if people don't like it, they'll just negrate you and like Migo you and whatever. And it'll be lost in like 20 pages. There are loads of VTubers who have been hard doxed, and it's just nobody cares. Like, nobody cares about it. Nobody's gone looking because they're not assholes. The only time you need to worry about being doxed is if you have genuinely done something that is so nasty or unpleasant that that people would genuinely have a reason to feck with you if you'd done something. Like, if I was, like, that woman who has been accused of copying Shy Lily, if she was doxed, I would genuinely be worried, but if you're somebody like, yeah, if you're not controversial and somebody finds your Instagram account with your real face, nobody is going to care. nobody is going to care. But again, it's almost always because they've done something to draw attention to themselves they shouldn't have. But I want to just highlight Nanobytes here for a second, because as you probably know, Nanobytes used to be in FaZe Connect as Amaris Yuri, and she was terminated from FaZe Connect, and when she was terminated, there was an awful lot of rats about why she was terminated, and most of those rats were very negative about Amaris Yuri. She was accused of stealing money from FaZe Connect and all this kind of stuff. Nanobytes is a nice person, and she is a sincere person, and when I knew that Kirsche was still associating with Nanobytes, I was a little bit angry. I was like, Kirsche, why are you associating with that woman? You know, she was terminated under very weird circumstances. Aren't you friends with Pippa and that kind of stuff? And I was ambivalent on it, but then I just kind of stood back and I thought, you know, this woman has done nothing wrong that anyone can prove. And she seems to be genuinely trying her best. And people were accusing her of, oh, this woman doesn't stream. And I was like, why the hell would she want to stream? She has hundreds of people out there that are combing through her life at the moment that are accusing her of very, very nasty things. What the hell is her motivation to stream? Why would she stream when people are this mean and miserable to her? And yet, to her credit, Nanobytes has put her nose to the grinding wheel. She has made her own community. She has moved forwards, she's gained popularity, she has not had woman moments or anything like that, and she has made a pretty good career for herself. Despite everything, Pippa is extremely friendly and supportive of Nano. That's a good enough endorsement for me. Yes, I 100% stand with Nanobytes, and I think that Nanobytes being willing to stand up for Kirsche, and because Nanobytes had Kirsche on her panel as well during Offkai. So Nanobytes, knowing full well that Kirsche was blacklisted from Offkai, stood up to the Offkai staff, and she allowed Kirsche on her stream. I think that took a lot of bravery. And let me tell you, one of the things that I find disgusting about the VTuber community is there is a hell of a lot of VTubers that will say one thing and do another. There is far too many VTubers out there who have said they support certain things, but when push comes to shove, they will go behind your back and they will say, yeah, you know, I supported this at the time, but you know what? I would get more out of this if I supported the other side. So, like, you understand, don't you? You understand. Like, I'm just looking out for me. This benefits me. Like, you understand. We all do it for the CCV. It's just for the views. It's just for the views. I think that those kind of people are reprehensible. I really do think those people are reprehensible, and those people deserve to fail. They deserve to have every ounce of their hypocrisy thrown back in their faces. Whereas people like Nanobytes, who stand by their friends, who were willing to stand up and say, yeah, this is going to make people hate me, but I'm going to do it anyway because I believe in my friends. I believe in free speech. I believe that people should stand together. Those kind of people are the kind of people that will earn true loyalty. Those are the VTubers that will get a dedicated community, that will stand by them when times get tough. The VTubers who constantly switch sides, the VTubers who go behind each other's backs whenever the going gets tough, the VTubers who are like, oh yeah, I support you, but then are like, actually no, this could get me pushback if I support you, so I'm just gonna sit in my corner and not say anything. Those kind of YouTubers, they deserve to fail, and I will not be sympathetic. I will sit here and I will laugh at them. And I will say, don't call it a grave. Call it the future you chose.